Injustice is one of the few things every human being recognizes immediately it happens to them, yet many become blind to it when they benefit from it. That is the uncomfortable truth. Everybody cries for fairness when they are oppressed, cheated, silenced, manipulated, profiled, neglected, underpaid, falsely accused, abandoned, or denied opportunity. But the same society that demands justice often participates in injustice in quieter forms every single day. Because injustice is not only police brutality, corrupt governments, or broken court systems. Sometimes injustice wears expensive suits, religious titles, family authority, social influence, corporate power, beauty privilege, tribal bias, gender expectations, wealth, or even silence. And that is why it's so dangerous. It survives because people only recognize the version that inconveniences them. I mean, look closely at the society today. A poor man steals bread and is publicly disgraced. A wealthy man steals millions through corruption and is escorted into political office with applause. A young graduate with intelligence and competence is rejected because they lack connection, while mediocrity gets promoted through nepotism and godfatherism. An employee gives years of loyalty to a company, sacrifices health and peace, then gets discarded without dignity the moment they are no longer useful. Some children grow up carrying punishments for mistakes their parents made. Some firstborns become unpaid emotional and financial shock absorbers for entire family simply because culture normalized it. Some people are loved only when they are useful. The moment they cannot provide money, status, access, beauty, or convenience, society suddenly forgets them. That too is injustice. There's injustice in workplaces where exploitation is normalized under the name of opportunity and hustle. There's injustice in religious spaces where victims are silenced to protect reputations while abusers continue preaching morality. There's injustice in beauty standards that make people hate their skin, bodies, accents, natural identity just to feel accepted. And then we lament and wonder why there's a disturbing high rate of ladies who are now towing the path of plastic surgeries, popularly known as the Brazilian butt lifts, and all forms of temporary facial enhancements, despite the implications. And perhaps one of the cruelest forms of injustice is this: life is not distributed equally. Some people begin life 10 steps ahead. Others are born into violence, poverty, neglect, war, disability, unstable homes, broken systems, and constant disadvantage. But then society judges everybody using the same measuring stick. You see it everywhere. The loudest person dominates the room. The most deceptive person manipulates perception. The most ruthless person climbs fastest. Meanwhile, genuinely decent people are often overused, overlooked, and emotionally drained. And over time, repeated injustice changes people psychologically. Some become bitter. Some become numb. Some stop believing in goodness entirely. Some people begin to cheat because they feel honesty is pointless. Some become, dangerously silent because speaking up never protected them before. And that is how injustice spreads. Not only through evil people, but through exhausted people who lose faith in fairness. And society today is deeply conflicted because many people secretly feel this, this idea of doing the right thing no longer guarantees protection. That realization has broken many hearts. People have watched loyal partners get betrayed. Hardworking citizens remain poor. Good people buried early. Corrupt people celebrated loudly. Victims blamed. Liars defended. Predators protected. Truth mocked. And accountability selectively applied, depending on power, money, influence, tribe, gender, religion, or social status. Even social media mirrors this imbalance. Pain is now content. Outrage is monetized. Empathy is performative. Public opinion often becomes judge and jury before truth even arrives. One mistake can destroy an unknown person forever, while influential people repeatedly escape consequences. Because power protects power, let's be honest. And you know that the deepest pain about injustice is not mainly, the suffering itself. It's the feeling of helplessness that comes with it. That feeling of, no matter what I say, nothing will change. That feeling destroys societies quietly. Yet history keeps proving something powerful. No injustice remains hidden forever. It may survive for years, It may wear authority for decades. It may intimidate people into silence temporarily. But eventually, injustice exposes itself through the damage it leaves behind. Broken people, angry generations, distrustful societies, and emotional emptiness. Now hear this. Injustice is not only what governments do. Sometimes it is how ordinary people treat each other daily. Real justice begins when human beings stop asking only what is being done to me and begin asking questions like, what am I participating in? Because the painful reality is this. Many people do not actually want justice. They want advantage. Justice becomes real only when fairness is applied consistently, even when it costs us comfort, power, relationships, ego, profit, or convenience. That is the part humanity still struggles with.